The smell of burnt metal and ozone clung to the air, thick as ash after a starship crash. 1,000 broken dreams littered the vast junkyard planet of Sura 9, where dead ships went to die, and so did some of their crews. But on this day, veteran scavenger Cade Rylan found something no amount of credits could ever buy. A small, trembling voice over the static of his comlink, whispering, "Please take me in, Mama Human." Cade had worked the scrap worlds for over a decade, a war-hardened drifter with nothing but his rust bucket freighter, the Wayfarer, and a rifle that had seen more battles than most soldiers. Sura 9 was his latest stop, a graveyard of alien starships torn apart by a century of war. He stood atop the cracked hull of a crashed frigate, scanning with his visor. His mission was simple: find salvage, stay alive. But the voice, that voice wasn't his imagination. Cade toggled his comm unit. "Who's there?" A pause. Then, softly, "Please, human. They'll come back. Help us. Mama's hurt." His pulse quickened. Scavenger code said, "Don't get involved." But the soldier in him, the part that had once fought to protect, not profit, couldn't ignore that plea. Guided by faint biosignatures, Cade navigated the debris field. He pushed aside a fractured hull plate, revealing the source of the call. There, huddled in the shadow of a shattered escape pod, was a young alien girl. Cade scanned the horizon. A blackened insignia caught his eye, the mark of the Korath slavers. His butt clenched. They would come back, and they wouldn't like that he was here. He should have left, just walked away. But the girl's trembling hand reached out as if begging him to choose differently. "All right," Cade muttered. "You're coming with me." He hoisted the mother over his shoulder, the girl following close, clutching his coat. A Wayfarer's engines were already warming as he sprinted aboard, sensors blaring, incoming ships. The junkyard's silent tomb became a battleground once more as Cade powered up shields and blasted skyward, the slaver raiders in pursuit. The slavers' ships closed in, guns blazing. Cade's freighter wasn't built for dogfights, but he knew the terrain. Weaving through the maze of wreckage, he outmaneuvered them. His hands flew over the controls, launching makeshift countermeasures. An old mine here, a refueled thruster there, turning debris into deadly traps. The girl watched in awe. "You're brave," she said softly. Cade smirked. "No, kid, just stubborn." When the last slaver ship exploded in a fiery bloom, Cade let out a breath. Safe. For now. Days passed. Cade tended the mother's wounds. She recovered slowly, revealing her name. Saris. Her daughter was Lyra. They were of the Volari, a near-extinct race known for empathic abilities, able to connect to the emotions of others, heal, soothe, or even confuse minds. Hunted, discarded, seen as dangerous relics of a war they never wanted to fight. Cade's freighter, once a lonely coffin of scrap, became something else. A sanctuary. News spread in whispers across the outer colonies. A human ship offering refuge. A sanctuary for the hunted. Soon others sought him out. Refugees of every shape, species, and sorrow. At first, Cade resisted. He wasn't a hero, wasn't looking to play savior. But as he watched Lyra play with a one-armed Mektari child, or saw Saris comforting a grieving survivor, something changed in him. He remembered what it was to fight for something bigger than himself. The Wayfarer became a lifeboat for those abandoned by war, a ship of hope. And with every new soul he saved, Cade felt his own long-buried humanity rekindle. But peace couldn't last. The slavers wanted their property back. The Korath fleet came for him. Not just raiders this time, but warships. They offered him a deal. Hand over the Volari, and they'd let him go. Cade answered with plasma fire. Outgunned and outnumbered, he led the fleet on a desperate chase through asteroid fields, nebulae, and the wreckage of ancient battles. The refugees fought beside him. The Wayfarer's corridors turned into defensive trenches, its cargo bays into makeshift fighter bays. In the shadow of a dead star, Cade made his stand. The Volari, once hunted, now fought as equals. Lyra's gift amplified the courage of every defender, their minds linked in purpose. Ceres projected illusions, turning one ship into many. Cade piloted the Wayfarer like a maestro, weaving through enemy fire, striking where it hurt most. His ragtag fleet, once just survivors, became a force to be reckoned with. And in the final, brutal clash, the Korath fleet burned. The battle's end echoed across the stars. The Wayfarer wasn't just a ship anymore. It was a symbol. A sanctuary, yes, but also a reminder that humanity could still inspire, protect, and rise above the worst the galaxy could throw at it. Cade Rylan, once a forgotten scavenger, became a legend. Not for the battles he fought, but for the lives he chose to save. And Lyra, her hand in his, whispered, "You saved us, Cade, and now we save others." In the years that followed, Cade's single ship became a fleet. Sanctuary ships spread across the outer rim, safe havens for the lost. Refugees became crews, defenders, and families. And wherever oppression rose, the sanctuary fleet stood ready. Because in the end, it wasn't weapons or war that changed the galaxy. It was the choice of one human in a junkyard who listened to a crying child.